ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up.
What up, Savannah? Listen, this your boy Julius Campbell, and I'm coming to you live. Well, it is Friday, OAA, it is Friday, Ain't to Ain't, it is Friday, and you know what we do on Friday? We come with this platform to give you some words of encouragement, and I just want to take the time today to talk just a little bit, a word of encouragement, candid conversations from Chatham County. What's going on, y'all? Listen, I got to say what's up to Marie. She's wherever she is, but I know she's watching. What's going on with my partner, Fred? How you doing, Fred Green, filling in the gap? Julius Hall doing his thing, and of course, AB, the brainchild of what's going on of Ain't to Ain't. So what I want to do for just a minute, I want to remind you why we are here. I want to remind you of who we are. And then after I do that, I want to encourage you. Because we're in that season now where many of you have been riding and striving for a whole year, 12 months. And I want you to know that, look, you made it. You have made it. And so listen, let me just encourage you. Pull up for a minute, hit that share button, tell somebody to tune in, whether they're a returning citizen, whether they are a relative of a returning citizen, or resources for a returning citizen. Hit that share button and tell somebody to tune in, especially somebody who just gotten out of incarceration, somebody who's been struggling and striving for 12 months. That's what I want you to do today. I'm going to give you a minute just to hit that share button, hit that like button, because we want you to come in and be encouraged. Count down, 5, 4, 3, 2. What up? What do we do on Ain't to Ain't, or better known as Incarceration to Incorporation? Well, what we've done is we've provided a platform that shares stories. Why? Because we believe that stories matter. Why do stories matter? Stories matter simply because if you hear that I've made it, then you too will be encouraged to know that you can make it too. If you hear that somebody else has gone through something similar than what you've gone through, or something exactly as what you've gone through, and they made it, then that pushes, that pulls, that encourages you to know that, listen, if Miko made it, if Marie made it, if Fred made it, if Julius made it, then I can make it too. So that's what Incarceration to Incorporation, or Ain't to Ain't, has been set aside for. It is a platform to give you a voice. Those of you who have felt for so long that you don't have a voice, we give you that voice to be able to share your story, your successes, your challenges. And what we do here, we believe that just like everybody else is successful, so are we. We are successful educationally. We are successful relationally. We are successful occupationally. We are successful organizationally. I'm just saying, listen, we sharing our successes, and that's what I invite you to do. So if you have a story and you believe that that story can encourage, then definitely reach out to us here on our Black Media Network, because listen, your words can stir the next person. So that's what we do here. So there's been so many men and women who have used this platform to tell their story of success, whether it was a new job, whether it was owning their own business, whether it's their struggle when they came home from prison, but they made it. That's what we do here. That's what's needed here. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We bring you words of encouragement. Listen, I haven't been here in about a week, and I just want to tell you some of the things that has been going on in my life and in the lives of those of us that bring this platform to you. What has been going on these last couple of weeks, man? I tell you, it has been a journey, but it has been a beautiful journey. For those of you who don't know, again, my name is Julius Campbell, and I was incarcerated for 26 years in our Georgia's prison system. That's right, 26 years. And what I do when I come and I share my story, I don't boast or brag, because my story has some excitement parts, but my story has some parts where I made some bad choices, some foolish mistakes, and it cost people. Not just me, it cost people. And so therefore, I want to share this story in hopes of encouraging you, especially those of you that are still on the inside. What we do here at Ink to Ink, not only do we minister or talk to men and women in the community, but there are those that are behind bars right now that's listening to my voice, especially those that are in Jessup, listen to us on a Jessup Radio, on Roku Station, on YouTube, and of course also on Facebook. But as I've stated to you before, I was incarcerated for 26 years. And in that time, you may be saying, well, why so long? Well, I took the life of another young man. I made a foolish choice which cost me, cost my family, and cost his family. But I'm so glad that while I was incarcerated, that I had an opportunity to change my mindset. And I definitely want to say God, as a man of faith, was the one that changed my mindset. And in doing so, while I was there incarcerated, I recognized that my choices didn't just affect me. And that's what I want you to know. Those of you that are listening to me right now, remember, your choices don't just affect you, but they affect everything and everyone around you. Remember that when you are choosing to do the things that you are doing on a day-to-day basis. But again, back to incarceration. Once I was in and I recognized that I had destroyed my life and the life of those that were around me, I prayed and I said, Lord, help me. Help me to change my mindset. Now, for those of you that are being hard on me and judgmental right now, I want to say this to you. You might be saying, yeah, you waited to prison, you went to jail before you found religion. Well, number one, I didn't find religion. But number two, let me ask you a question. Why did you wait till you got hungry before you went to McDonald's? You recognized there was a need. Or why did you wait till you get sick before you went to the doctor? You recognized that there was a need. Well, in my life, it just happened to be prison. I recognized that I had a need, that I had destroyed everything around me. And so when the Lord came into my life, yes, as a minister, he began to help me to make wise choices. Then I recognized my choices didn't just affect me. And I began that journey of learning and growing and maturing and taking on responsibilities. I did not at one near time did I say that it was somebody else's fault. I recognized that it was me, that I made those foolish choices. And then I said, Lord, help me to change my mindset. Help me to change my perspective. And he did. And as he did, I began to get my education. As he did, I began to build up my skill sets that will make me marketable. As he did, I began to grow in my articulation and my speech. As he did, I began to carry myself as a man that I continue to be today. There was a phrase that I coined while I was incarcerated, and that phrase was progressive preparation. What does that mean, Julius? It means that I knew who I wanted to be and what I wanted to be while I was there. And so what did I do? I began to progressively prepare to be the person that I am today. How did you do that? Well, while I was there, I know I wanted to be a motivational speaker. And so I began to learn how to speak through Speechcraft, through Toastmasters. Not only that, I knew that I wanted to be a minister. So what did I do? I went through 4 years of seminary degree and I got my bachelor's and associate's degree. I progressively prepared to be the person that I am today. And thank God that I'm walking in that. But as I begin to continue to grow and to mature, doors begin to open for me. And after 26 years, yes, those doors open. For those of you that are still incarcerated, let me encourage you right now. Hold on. Don't quit. Don't give up. Hold on to hope, because when you lose hope, then you will do anything. Hold on to that hope. Not one time did I put in my mind that I was not going home. I didn't know when, but I said this to myself: I'm going to continue to prepare myself to be who I want to be, so that when the doors do come open, I'll be ready. I wouldn't be flipping and tripping and skipping and all. I was ready. And so I just wanted to encourage you. Where are you right now incarcerated? Whether it's at the beginning of your bid, the middle of your bid, or the ending, don't give up hope. Progressively prepare to be the person that you want to be. And so the doors began to open for me. Yes. And I went to the transitional center. While I was in the transitional center, I began to get myself ready for work. And as I got myself ready for work, I was working at a warehouse, and then from a warehouse to a restaurant, and then from a restaurant, I say, listen, how can I help people? I know that there are those that's coming behind me, and they're going to need resources that we heard throughout our whole bid that was readily available to us, but it wasn't. Sometimes it isn't. And so I said, what can I do to help my brothers and my sisters that's coming behind me? And so I began to start my own organization. I partnered with an organization called Offender Alumni Association, and they started out in Alabama. They came down to Savannah. We met together and we said, listen, how can we work together as a team? And so I became, along with Marie Jones, we became the program facilitator and director of OAA Savannah. We started connecting the dots for men and women who were coming out of incarceration. We started helping them to find jobs and peer-to-peer support group. And as we began to do that, I said, listen, we can do better things, bigger things. What else can we do? And so we began to move and connect and shape ourselves. And why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it didn't start the day that I came home. It started way when I was incarcerated. Reentry doesn't start when you hit the door. Reentry starts when you get into prison. And so as we begin to do that, the doors open, and then the opportunity came, and that opportunity came for me to speak. Remember, I told you I wanted to be a motivational speaker. And so an opportunity to be a TED Talk recipient, a platform, international platform that allows for you to share your story. And I did, and it went viral. And now I'm able to, again, continue to tell my story on multiple platforms. Again, I'm sharing this with you just to give you some background on where I am and why I can say what I have been saying. And so therefore, as I begin to share my story all over from colleges and churches and organizations, it began to stir people and encourage people. That's what you are here to do. Those of you that have forgotten why you've gotten out, those of you that have forgotten your purpose, don't forget, it's not just about you. We are here to pave the road and to build platforms for our brothers and our sisters so they don't feel like they are forgotten. No, you're not. I won't forget you. I won't forget you. We won't forget you. Here at All Things Relevant Media, here at Ain't to Ain't, here at Filling in the Gaps, here at Verbal and Visual, here at OAA Savannah. We won't forget you. Matter of fact, I ain't forgot about we need to pay some bills. So check this out. I'll be back in a few minutes. Let me pay a few bills, and I'll be back to continue the story and to encourage you. Let's move. What up? What up? What up? I'm back. I'm back. Listen, we had to pay a few bills, but we're back. I'm Julius Campbell. Ain't to ain't, incarceration to incorporation. What are we doing tonight? We want to have candid conversation, and I want to encourage you. Yes, that's right. I want to encourage you. But in order for me to do that, I had to lay the groundwork, because you might be saying, who are you and how can you encourage me? Have you ever been through anything? Yes, I have. As I told you, 26 years of incarceration, and now I have a story to tell, just like you. So, as I said, now we're here on the outside and we're telling our story, and doors have opened for us to be able to encourage young people, system impacted adults, and system impacted youth. And that's where I am today. I am working on both sides of the fence, because if our adults are hurting, it is now also affecting our young people. So, as a life navigator, that's right, a life navigator, that is someone who comes alongside of a young person with lived experiences to help them to safely navigate the chaos of this culture. That's what I do. That is my 9 to 5, if you will. And the very same thing that I did while I was incarcerated, I'm doing it right now. And so as I begin to share my story with young people and older people, it gave me a platform of relevance and relatability. That's what you have. That's why I'm reminding you. You too can tell somebody your story, and that story will empower, that story will encourage, and that story will educate. And that's what we do in our organization. Empower, we educate. And listen, check this out. What can you share with me? That's what we're going to do starting next year in January. We are getting ready to share. We are getting ready to give you opportunity to tell other people about what you do. So we definitely want you to reach out to us so that you can tell Savannah your story. And not just to Savannah, because we operate all over. We're trying to be international. We national, but now we're trying to be international. And starting in January, we're opening that platform to you, returning citizen. We're opening that platform to you, relative of that returning citizen. We're opening that platform to you, resource provider. Why? Because there are many people that need to hear what you have to say. And it's not just me. Marie Jones, my right-hand woman, she's on the side. She too has experienced some of the things that you ladies have experienced. And she wants to give you a platform. She wants to give you an ear, a word to encourage you to know, look, she made it. 18 months. She came back home, has been reunited with her family, and is now doing the things that she desires to do so much, and that is to help support people. Not just Marie, Fred, filling in the gap, has his own nonprofit now and is working with system impacted adults and system impacted youth. And he's able to tell that story of where he came from. And he's been pushing and pulling other men and women to do the very same thing. That's success. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That is success. But nevertheless, I want to pick up on the story because I told you I had the opportunity to do the TED Talk. When I finished doing the TED Talk, that catapulted me into areas where I was able to start a mentoring program called verbal and visual intervention. Why is that so important? Well, because if you are like me, you are looking around and you see the danger that our young people are in. You see the chaos of the culture that we are living in right now. And gun and gang violence has escalated, exploded, and we needed something that can begin to impact and influence the lives of our young people. And so we got together and we thought of verbal and visual intervention. This is an intense mentoring program that we put together that has been successful in impacting and influencing the lives of our young people. You see, it is difficult now to get the attention of our young people because entertainment has taken control. But we thought of something that was very wise. If you can speak to them, but also reinforce that verbal word with a visual illustration, that you had a 2.2 chance of really capturing them and keeping them. And so not only did we do verbal and visual intervention, but we also had an opportunity to teach a character development curriculum called Tyro. And what we've done in doing those two mentoring programs, we have impacted and influenced many young people in Savannah. What are you doing? That's not a word to judge you. That is a word to compel you. Young man, young woman, what are you doing? Who are you influencing? And are you influencing them for the good, or are you influencing them for the bad? Have you forgotten why you were released? Have you forgotten those promises that you made to your family? Have you forgotten those prayers that you've made to your God? If you have, again, I want to encourage you. Would you go back to your first love? Would you go back to that idea that you have? And even if you can't do it yourself, Henry Blackaby, he once said, he was a famous author and pastor. He said, look, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, start all over. Look around. See what's going on around you, and then pray and ask God to invite you into some of those things. There are so many people doing so many things who are looking for so many people to help. That's right. You can do that. That's why I want to encourage you, to let you know that you can do it. Don't forget about the purpose that you were created for. And so let me get back to my story, because I tell you at the end, I'm telling you, I'm moving some way. So as we begin to create these platforms, if you will, and work with young system impacted men and women, we say, listen, we can do a whole lot more. There are so many silos all around. We say, why not come together? That's it. You heard that saying, it takes a village. It does. Why not come together to see how we can impact more communities, how we can impact more society? And so we did. We gathered together with a group of organizations, and now we are giving you a chance to partner with us. That's right. We want to bring faith-based organizations together, evidence-based organizations together. We want to bring employment agencies together, resources, because Chatham County or Savannah, that is our specific home. But for those of you that are watching me abroad, what are you doing in your community? There are many people that's looking for your gift, looking for your help. Sometimes looking for your money. That's right, because you can't do it without it. But you can make a difference. And that's why I'm here tonight. I wanted to let you know to go back, rewind. What did you say when you was locked up that you were going to do when you got out, that you put up and you forgotten about? Or not just those of us that were incarcerated and have gotten out. What about those in the community? You're saying, man, I wish I can do something. How can I be a part of something? Look around. Our Black Media Network is in need of some volunteers and some helpers. TIP organization, talented people, talented individuals with power. That is Angela Brantley. There are many organizations, Fred Green filling in the gap. Many organizations that's in need of assistance. Youth Intercept. What can you do? Would you think with me this year before it's over with? Would you say to yourself that, you know what? I'm going to start doing something. I'm going to start helping. I'm going to start being a part of something. That's right. We want you to. We need you. You are important. You are valuable. Your skill set, your story, your finances, yes, you are important. And we just want to stir you up by way of remembrance. So as I get ready to come to a conclusion, you know, Christmas is upon us, and then the new year is getting ready to come upon us. And I just thought that many of my brothers needed to be encouraged, many of my sisters. So if you would just indulge me for a few more moments as I encourage three categories of people. First, I want to talk to my brothers and sisters that's still incarcerated. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep hope, because listen, you have an opportunity right now to change your perspective. You have an opportunity right now to be creative. You have an opportunity right now to encourage those where you are in your sphere of influence. So that's why I want you to know, Don't give up. Listen, 26 years. I got brothers that have did 30 years. Another brother that did 40 years. But they did not give up. They continue to believe. And as they continue to believe, they were creative. And they got out here and they hit the ground running. They're in the trenches. They're telling their stories. Don't give up. Progressively prepare to be the person that you desire to be. And not just my brothers and sisters that's still incarcerated, but those that have come home. Whether you have been home 2 days or 20 years, you're still system impacted and you are necessary. You are needed. Don't forget where you've been. I know many of you try to forget. Man, I don't want to remember where I come from. I don't want to remember. I want to forget. But do you not know that remembering can cause you to be compassionate? Do you not know that remembering can motivate you to missions? So, while you've been out these last couple of years, struggling, striving, being successful, don't forget. Don't forget. Reach back. Reach back. Tell your story. Encourage your brothers. Continue to be the person that you know you progressively prepared to be. And then what about those that are in the community? Don't forget about our brothers and sisters. You can be a help. You can. So many of us that are in society, we look down on those that are either A, incarcerated, or B, that have come from incarceration. But don't you know that you have the motivation, you have the ability to compel and propel them to success? You heard it, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words, they do not hurt. That's not true. Words do hurt. Words hurt more than sticks and stones. You have the opportunity and the ability to encourage them on, to encourage us on. So those of you that are in the community, help. Look for opportunities. Look for ways to encourage and motivate our brothers and our sisters. Faith-based organizations, pastors and church members, that's our job. That is our commission. God has told us to remember those that were incarcerated. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just encourage you and I wanted to motivate you. This season is coming. As a man of faith, I believe that Christ is the reason for this season, not just about giving a bunch of gifts, but about loving, about encouraging, about helping. Can you do that? Will you do that? Somebody may be hungry. Somebody may be hurting. What are you going to do to remind them of hope? That's what I wanted to do today. Listen, I'll be back again on Friday to start sharing more stories and give you a platform. But this Friday, I just simply wanted to have this candid conversation and encourage you. And that's what's needed in this dark hour that we have right now. Listen, I'm finna go, but I just wanted to come to you and let you know, look, I say to you always, look at me. I started out wrong. But listen what I'm going to tell you. I'm finishing this thing strong. You can finish strong too. Listen, this is Friday. This is Julius. We get ready to get out of here. Listen, Maria, I'll see you next Friday. Fred, Julius, I'll see y'all next Friday. But I just wanted to come to our audience and encourage them. This is the season, and you now have a reason to be a beacon of hope. Be blessed. I see you next Friday. Good night.